Hi, so this is a follow-up to my eco and ethical fashion shopping tips video, and I'm going to be talking about how I shop and put those tips into practice. So if you haven't seen that video, please go check it out first. As I've mentioned in a few of my previous videos, I like to keep a wish list of items that I want and think would work well for my capsule wardrobe. If I see something I like, I write it down and then I take some time to consider how it would work for my personal style, life, and with what I already have. And depending on the answers, it either stays on the list or it doesn't. And I like to leave some time before shopping for the item because I want to make sure that it's something that I actually really want. And it's really easy to get caught up in something new, but if you wait a little time, you might actually find out that you don't really want it or even care about it anymore. So once I've done this and realized that yes, this is something I definitely want in my wardrobe, it's time to start shopping for it. I'm gonna give a few examples of different things that I've purchased and how I went about finding them. So this fall, I needed a new pair of jeans, and I really wanted something that was ethically made out of sustainable material like organic cotton, and fit was really important to me. I also wanted something that was really good quality and durable. So since fit was a top priority for me, I knew that it would be best to shop in person. Now, shopping in person usually does limit your choices. So the first thing I did was Google any ethical, eco-friendly, or sustainable clothing stores in my city to see if anything showed up. The only place I found carried yoga jeans, so I put that down as an option, but it wasn't really what I was searching for. So I took a different approach. I know that Nudie makes ethical and sustainable jeans for men, so I went on their website to see if they had any stockists. Often if there's a store that carries one ethical brand, there's a good chance that they'll carry more. So I found a few stockists in my city and I looked at their website to see if they also carried women's jeans. I found a couple options and I went to go check those out. I learned of a brand called Naked and Famous Denim. Through the salesperson and also doing some quick research on my phone, I found out that they were ethically made, that they specialize in really high quality materials, and that they're also made in Canada. I tried on a bunch of different styles and I found one that fit great and I really loved the cut. And here's why you also have to be willing to compromise. These jeans were everything I wanted except for the fact that they weren't made out of organic cotton. They also happened to have a leather label on the back, which I hate because I've been avoiding buying leather. So they weren't the perfect pair of jeans, but for me, those were things I was willing to compromise on because they fit my other requirements so well. Wearing my fall capsule wardrobe, I realized that it would be good to have another lighter long sleeve top. I wanted something that was casual and could be worn with jeans, or also could be dressed up with a skirt and a nice necklace. So for this top, I wanted something that was ethically made out of sustainable materials. Comfort, style, and quality were also really important to me. So I started looking online, browsing through various online stores, and I realized that there were a lot of jersey knit tops. That wasn't really something I wanted. I wanted something that was a little bit more interesting and could be a little dressier. So I started looking at lighter sweaters. I also started looking at the websites of different eco-fashion stores in my city because I prefer to try something on if I can. Around this time, we were also planning a trip to Leipzig, so I looked to see if there are any eco-clothing stores there. I found a great one, and that's where I found this People Tree top. People Tree makes fair trade clothing out of environmentally conscious materials. They have some really cute styles, but this plainer top worked great for what I was looking for. When I found it in the store, I of course tried it on first to make sure that it fit and that it was comfortable, and then I thought about how it would work with the pieces that I already own. Since it's a neutral color and a classic style, it of course goes with a lot, and I knew it would be a good investment piece. When shopping for shoes, vegan is my top priority and always in my searches because the majority of shoes are made out of leather. Style, comfort, and quality are the next important things for me, and if I can shop in person, I'll definitely try to do that. I'll search for any vegan shoe stores that are near me, and I'll also look at any brands that I like to see if they have any stockists. For both of these shoes, I had an idea of a style I wanted and then went to check out the vegan shoe stores. For the boots, I knew I was looking for a casual combat style boot that was really comfortable, and luckily I found exactly what I was looking for. However, these shoes are different from what I had in mind. Originally, I wanted a pair of shorter booties with a little heel that were kind of looser and more casual, similar to this kind of style. But I couldn't find anything like that, so I took a step back to think about what I wanted and what I was gonna wear it with to see if there were any other options. So I knew that I wanted something that I could wear with jeans and a t-shirt, but also that had a bit of a heel and I could wear with my dresses and skirts. I also knew that I did not want something in black. So I looked to see what other options there were that fit that criteria, and I found this pair of shoes. Even though they weren't the original style I was hoping for, they work really well with my capsule wardrobe and fit my requirements. I also got a few different basic tanks and t-shirts, and for these, my requirements were that it was made of sustainable materials and ethically made. I also wanted them to be neutral colored, made out of 100% organic cotton so that they're breathable and comfortable, and not too expensive. Basics are usually pretty easy to find online. There's quite a few options, and since they're made out of jersey and stretchy, fit is less of a concern. All I did was search online until I found something that I liked, that fit my requirements, and ordered them. I also bought a couple secondhand pieces, this sweater and this vintage skirt, which is actually one of the later additions to my winter capsule wardrobe. Buying secondhand is a great sustainable way to shop. I'll occasionally go into the stores I like to see if there's anything from my wish list. And just as a quick note, garments will often be on my wish list for months. I don't like to rush or stress about it. Secondhand shopping takes some patience, and if I do find something I love, I again consider how it will work with the things I already own and how much use I will get out of it. So this is how I shop, but it might not work for everybody. Basically, if you're looking to shop more environmentally conscious, the most important things are to have an idea of what you want so you don't get distracted, overwhelmed, or end up buying things that you don't need. Do some research online beforehand. Try to find stores or brands that share your style and values. Be open to compromise and willing to try styles that you maybe hadn't thought of. They might turn out even better. And don't worry about finding the perfect piece. That just wastes time and causes stress. I also recommend having a clothing budget, either for the year or for that season. This not only makes sure that you don't spend too much, but it also helps with decision making. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you have any comments or questions about how to shop for more conscious clothing, I would love to hear them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.